Hey guys, Chelsea here from Making Manzanita, and today we're going to teach you how to build a wooden headphone stand, and we are sharing free woodworking plans with you, so be sure to check those out in the description of the video for a direct link. You want to start by cutting your wood down to size, and in the woodworking plans we have a visual cut list that you can follow along with to get the exact dimensions. You will need a miter saw and a table saw to make the cuts. Next, you want to make the round dowel, and this is the piece that is going to hold the headphones, and we just wanted it to be round so it looked a little more modern. You can definitely buy a large dowel like this, but we just chose to make one ourselves by sanding it down and making it round off of a 2x2, and that just saved a little bit of money. So after you get everything cut, these will be your pieces and you can drill your pocket holes. We are using the Craig 720 Pro here to drill the pocket holes, and you just want to put 2 pocket holes at the bottom of the upright piece. Now to put the piece into the base, what we did here is we decided to pre-drill the holes, and usually you don't need to pre-drill holes when you're working with pocket holes, but because we couldn't really get a clamp attached to this very well to hold it in place, we decided to pre-drill the holes to make it a little bit easier to drill the screws in. There was very little movement when we were screwing those pocket hole screws in because it grabbed instantly because we had the pre-drilled holes. So you want to start by just making a very small pre-drilled pilot hole there, as you can see he's doing, and then we are using 1 1/4 inch pocket hole screws, and be sure you're using pocket hole screws. You can't use regular screws when you're working with pocket holes. And then just use your drill to attach the pocket hole screws, and you'll see here that it grabs very quickly and there's very little movement in that upright piece because we have the pre-drilled holes. Now next you want to get that dowel hung up on the upright piece, and here is how we did that. I'll let Logan explain.
So you're gonna drill a hole, pilot hole, and then put all this inside there.
In the middle.
In the middle of this dowel. Mm-hmm. And then you're gonna use a T-nut. Okay. You use this T-nut here. Drill another hole in here. Put the T-nut in to this side of the hanger bolt. Screws in there like that.
Okay.
Just gives this more support than just like nailing it on there.
Yeah.
It's called a hanger bolt and T-nut.
So that you put this, what is it called?
It's called an acorn nut.
And then you can screw.
This helps you screw this lag side in.
Yeah, okay.
As far as you need it to go, and then this side goes in the T-nut over here. Once you take this off.
Okay. Now, if you don't want to mess around with the hanger bolt and the T-nut, that is totally fine. What you would do instead here is put the dowel up there and screw it in from the back side of the back piece there, and then you would just have a screw either visible on the back, or you could patch that screw hole. But we decided to go with this method just because there is no hole and it's nice and seamless, and it wasn't really that hard. The hardest part was this, getting the hanger bolt threaded into the dowel. It was a little harder than it seemed, and it took us a couple tries, but what we ended up doing here was taking 2 nuts. We threaded the first nut about halfway down on the threads, and then we took the other nut down on top of the first one, and that allowed them to lock in place so that we could finish screwing that hanger bolt into the dowel, and then we were able to remove the nuts without unscrewing it. So next we drilled the hole into the back of the piece where that was going to need to go. We pressed that T-nut into place with our hands first, and then used a hammer to sink it into place and get it as flush as we could with the wood, and that just helps that dowel hanger to be threaded on nice and tight so there's no gap. So you can see here that was pretty simple just to twist into place once we had the hanger bolt and the T-nut all situated. Now, doesn't that look good? It's really starting to come together. So next we want to fill the pocket holes on the back, and we are using oak pocket hole plugs, and you just use wood glue and press them into place, and then let that wood glue dry thoroughly. We usually wait about 24 hours, and then you can sand it smooth so it's nice and smooth, and then you can move on to your staining, painting, and sealing. The dowel piece here and the base and the leg here are two separate types of wood. So this, what is this?
Ash.
This is ash, and then this is oak. So we are testing a few different types of stains, different colors, to see on the different types of woods how they match, because some woods take different color stains a lot differently. So we're testing a couple. That one on that side was red oak, and now we're testing golden oak, to just see how both types of wood look together before we decide on a stain color. Yeah, so this is the golden oak, and again, these types of wood, they took the stain pretty similar, so looks pretty good. I think we're gonna go with the golden one. This red oak is just a little too red. So once you figured out the stain that you are going to use, you just want to apply that with a staining rag. We did a couple of coats, and then you can seal it. And to seal it, once the stain was dry, we used a fast drying aerosol polyurethane, and it just gave it kind of a natural wood finish, and then we let it dry. And here is how that wooden headphone stand turned out. I absolutely love it. It was super quick to come together. It was fairly affordable, although we did use hardwood, which is a more expensive type of wood, so you could definitely use a different, cheaper type of wood instead of oak like we did. But I just love it, and I'm so glad that we have the chance to share the free woodworking plans with you so you can build it too. So head on down to the description and you can grab those links. And then while you're here, we would absolutely love it if you would subscribe to our channel. We share weekly DIY and renovating videos. And then be sure to check out this video next. I think you will love it. All right, see you guys next week. Bye-bye.